Hey, Pat here, and today I'm going to take you through another workflow video. Essentially, you're going to look over my shoulder as I tell you a little bit about how we write blog posts. Blog posts are great. They're not dead, but a lot of people obviously are looking at other means of media, such as podcasting and video. But blogs still have their place, and many of us still write blog posts, and I want to provide you a strategy and a workflow to help you manage and get better and get faster and become more efficient with writing blog posts. There's several ways to go about it. This is the way that I've learned how to do it, and we've set it up on our team, so I wanted to share it with you. And we're going to dive into some spreadsheets. I'm going to show you actually, in fact, we did this yesterday with relation to how we started podcast episodes and created the intros and outros for them. Let me know in the chat if you were there yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And you loved it so much that I wanted to do something similar today. However, today I'm going to be creating stuff from scratch from you so that you're not like, oh, well, I need that template that Pat had yesterday in order to do this. No, that's not true. You can create this from scratch yourself. So we're going to do that. So again, thank you again for showing up today. I'm going to say hello to some of the amazing people here in the room in just a moment. But for right now, let's play the intro. Here we go.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Awesome. Okay. So what's up? We got Nilufer, we got Jen, we got Manos, GTO, Wendy, Grandma Goody, Cynthia, Cooking with Kibby. We got Emily in the house. Who else we got? We got Chris, Scrap Happy, Beth, Tina Doe. Tina, it's always good to see you. I've been seeing you a lot lately. That's a great thing. We got Daniela, John Michael Dornoff. We got Stephanie. Big thank you again. Jen, Antonica, Sean, Angelina. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Coach, Ryan, and more amazing people. Rob, values. Okay, what's up, B-Roy? Good to see you here, my friend. So again, today we're going to go into Google Drive, something that we all have access to, hopefully, to show you how we can set up a system that we can use to create blog posts from scratch. Now, I have a preference of writing blog posts in a Google Doc. I don't write them ever anymore inside of just literally the WordPress platform. I always copy and paste and put it there because several times, and this is probably not as common as it used to be, but sometimes I would write a whole blog post inside of WordPress or your blogging platform. You'd hit save and the whole thing would crash and you lose everything. And it's one of the hardest feelings in the world to deal with because all that time that you wasted, etc. Now, I will say every time I've come back and I've come back stronger. It's hard to think about that when you just lost something, but Google does a good job of automatically saving as you go, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And then I can just copy paste it. Or now you're going to see later how I then hand this off to my team and what they do with it as well. So again, you don't have to have a team to do this. What I'm about to teach you is going to be something that you can use to efficiently write blog posts later. But yeah, there you go. So again, thank you again for being here. If you're here in the chat, say hello to your friends. If you're here watching the replay, hit me up with a hashtag team replay in the comment section. And make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Like it if you like. Hit that subscribe button and ding that bell notification icon so you don't miss any more of these videos as well. And again, thank you. I'm so stoked. And I want you to feel like, yes, we did it. We got the system, or I'm going to take this thing from Pat and I'm going to use it in my own way. You might be able to restructure it in any way that you'd like. And let's go there and do that. So thank you again. I appreciate you. And let's make this happen. So I want to show you the tool that we use on SPI to show you how we know what's coming out and when. And perhaps you've seen this yesterday, but this is our content pipeline. You saw this yesterday when we were looking at the Ask Pat podcast, right? This was yesterday's where you saw the titles of the previous and upcoming episodes. This is also a really helpful tool, right? To have a spreadsheet, because then when we go in the future, and this is really important, especially for blogs, maybe less so for podcasting, but especially for blogs, if you have a list of all of your recent stuff, if you're writing a blog post, you want to reference older stuff. That creates what's called cross-linking or interlinking inside of your website. And Google looks at those interlinking pages inside of your website to determine what is related to what, where SEO juice might flow, and it shows more relevance to the brand and also to the topics that you're talking about. This is why Wikipedia often ranks super high with a lot of things. This is why in the Pokemon world, there's another website called Bulbapedia, which is all about the Pokemon stuff. What do? Literally in those articles, they link to everything that they should link to to show the perfect relationships between all those things. So creating a spreadsheet to help you keep track of your content like we do here with the podcast, but we also do this for blogs. For example, if we go, where's the blog one? So this was our content strategy. Where is it? Was it this one? Yeah. So here's the blog for 2021. And a lot of my team is taking advantage of this as well. I'm actually not as active in the blogging space anymore. That's something that my team is actually doing. We have writers on the team now to do this. But as you can see, here are some things that are coming out in March and in April and in May. Now, you don't have to plan the whole year. And in fact, in many cases, that can actually hold you back because then you don't have any room in case there's any news or something big that's happening that you want to create for. Yes, that does happen even with our yearly structure already laid out, and we can move things around. And that's the cool thing about getting things done ahead of time and planning ahead, having the editorial calendar plan ahead of time. You can actually have now at least pieces to move around instead of where you don't want to be is you publish an article and then next week is coming and it's a weight on your shoulder. Every minute and second that passes is a second that you're wasting because you have this another thing that you need to think about and you don't even know what you're going to write about yet, right? Which is why it's important, in my opinion, to create a spreadsheet. So let's create a spreadsheet from scratch just so I can show you a simple way to do this. And I haven't planned this out, so I'm going to do this with you. So I'm going to go here and create, in fact, a Google Sheet. And I'm just going to make it simple, right? Maybe this is my 2021 content calendar. This is, what is going on here? This is cattywampus. Calendar. Okay, there we go. And so what I like to do here is I always bring this line. You see this line that I picked right here? I always bring it down one, so that way it just creates like a nice little, now I'm scrolling, as you can see. For example, if I put something here, it scrolls away, but A is still there. So here I'm going to put date, and then I might just put what, and then notes. Or I might put title. There we go. So date here is really cool. What I like to do is I could go to format, and I can go to number, and then date. And now that I put date in there, I can actually put in a date like, let's try 1/26/2021. Now what's really cool is when I click on this, you see that? I double clicked on that. Wow, I double clicked on the date because I went to format and I went down to number and then I went down to date. Now I can just, okay, well, it's actually not Tuesday. It's going to be Monday, or this is going to be Wednesday. And now what I like to do is just kind of bring this down like this. And now it's, I don't want that. I want here, then I want this one to be, February 2nd, then I can have this one be February 4th, and I can have, so this is an easy way to get that sort of like calendar feel on your stuff. If you want the whole thing to be date, you can just select the entire column, go to format, number, date, and now they're all going to be dates where after you add something, then you'll have the date in there, right? Cool. So you're actually going to learn a little bit of some Excel or spreadsheet tricks in here too. So let's just say these are the dates that I'm going to be publishing something. And again, if I can always change these if I want to. I'm not going to worry about getting so precise here. I'll make notes here. And again, as you can see, when I scroll up and down, this goes away. But this now becomes a pretty amazing place where I can even include other things, right? Like published, ? And here I can do link. I always love having the links available too afterwards. That way I can just grab it, right? I can grab it. Now what I like to do here is go to E and go to format, text wrapping, and I like to go clip. What clip means is now if I write, it just hides behind it like this, watch. And I could expand this, oops, if I want to, but I want to keep it, I want to keep the column thin just in case I want to add more things. But that's what, again, format, text wrapping, clip. If I go to overflow, if I go to format, text wrapping, overflow, you'll see that it just like overflows into the other parts of the spreadsheet. If I go to format, text wrapping, and wrap, it'll actually make it like a new line. As you can see, it adjusts as I go along. But I like to just clip it just to make it easy. So I'll make the whole line clipped here. Text wrapping and clip. There we go. So now I can just say, yes or no, Y or N. And that will allow me to just keep track of things. So now I can go back in time. I can then pick out a link from a post, insert it into a new one, and have it go from there, right? So this is very, very, very simple to do. Now, there's some other things that I like to include here when it comes to blog posts, right? So I'm actually going to, and you can do this, I'm going to go right next to title. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to insert one right, and I'm going to go working doc. So here is what I like to do. So this is going to be the link to the working doc. So I want to go format, text wrapping, and then again, clip, so I don't have to worry about it like crowding the space. And I'm going to go back to Google Drive, and I'm going to go to New Folder. Do I want to upload a folder? No, I want to create a new folder. Oh, here we go, New Folder. And this folder is going to be called Blog Posts 2021. Create. And here we are. Where did it go? Blog Posts. Where did my blog posts go? There we go. Blog Post 2021. Okay, now this is a brand new folder, right? This is a brand new folder. What's up, guys? So again, I'm going through some technical stuff. That's the beauty of the replay. You can watch the replay and do this, but chat, let me know if you're okay. I see a lot of chat happening in the chat right now, but maybe you're just following along as we do this. Again, this will all come together at the end, but so far we've created a content calendar sheet here, and this allows us to put our date, the title, and right now we're working on the working doc section of this. To do that, I created a new folder, and here is where I'm going to create, for example, the blog posts. So this first blog post is 1/27/2021. So I'm going to go New, Google Doc, 1/27/2021. Right? Yes, Deep Pocket Monster just uploaded a new video too. Tina, you can watch that after this, or you can go watch that and come back here. It's up to you, right? So 1/27/21. Now, if I go back here, you'll see that this is now added. But what I want to do is I want to take this link up here, and I want to copy it. In fact, better off to click share and then copy it, right? That's my email address, by the way. You can copy the link down here, and however you want to copy it. I'm going to go back to the calendar, and boom, or actually not there. Working doc, remember? Working doc. Great. So now I have that one. Now here's what I'm going to do just to make this easy. File. Not move to trash. I'm just clicking around, sorry. Duplicate. Where's duplicate? Oh, make a new copy. This one's going to be the next one. So this one will be 1/28. And yes, I would do this ahead of time. I want these available to me all right away. So yes, I'm not creating a new blog post. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing a screen. My bad. Sorry about that. Let me tell you what I did there. So here we are. I just created a new Google Doc. I titled it 1/27/2021. And now it's here in this folder, right? So what I did was I took this link that's up here, copied it, and I put it into the content calendar as the working doc for this. I don't have a title for it yet. I don't have any of this information. I'm just creating the workspace for this, right? So now if I ever wanted to easily go back to that, I can click here and go in. But I'm not going to do that right now, right? So that's how I would get back to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a whole bunch of these so that I actually have them in place already. So I'm going to go to File, Make a Copy. This one will be the next post, which is going to be on 1/28. Again, those are just random dates that I selected. But let's go back here, 1/28/2021. I'm going to put it in the same folder. Okay. Now it's made a new one. So let's go back in here, and it should pop up in a second. There it is. Let's create it just for the next one so I can move on. So the next one's going to be on the 2nd, right? The 2nd of February. So let's do the same thing again. You can copy and duplicate either one. Make a copy, 2/2/2021. All right. So here's the new one. So now I have these things. These are ready for me so that when I'm ready to write, they're already available, right? But what happens now? Okay, well, let's go back to our content planner. So let's, first of all, think about this really quick. We want to think about what are we writing and when. And the more that you can plan ahead, the more easier your life's going to be. And I'll share with you again what's happening here, right? So let's just say that on this date, we're going to write about Clubhouse, right? And I don't know the title yet. I don't need to know the title, right? It's just about Clubhouse. This one maybe is going to be about email marketing. And this one I might make about, Superfans promotion. That's my book, right? And by the way, I need to get the working links for this too, just again, to make this easy. So here's the one for the 2nd of February. That goes here. And then the one for the 28th. Let's copy that. And that goes here. So now let me just give you a preview of what's happening, right? So what I can do is if I'm going to start writing about Clubhouse, all I need to do, let me close all these just to show you how easy and simple this is. I'm here in this planner spreadsheet, and then maybe I have some notes here like use screenshots from phone, mention how to moderate a room, etc. Maybe this email marketing one was, show details of last campaign from January 15th. Whatever notes you want to add, right? Whatever notes you want to add. Now, if I'm going to write this Clubhouse one, let's click into here. Now I know that it's about Clubhouse. I might just title this Clubhouse. And I might write some more notes here, right? So I'm just going to put a bullet point list of show examples from phone, ask friends to share their number one tip about Clubhouse. I'm going to share how to start and moderate a room. So how do I know that this is what I'm supposed to write about? I don't. What I'm doing here is actually, let me take this pin. Is that pin in the way for you guys? If it is, let me know. I apologize. I was supposed to take that off, but the pin can sometimes be pretty distracting, especially if it's quite, if it's a thick pin. I want to get rid of that so that you can. All right, let me go back in here. Let's click here and let's, oh, I guess you could dismiss that pin message if you wanted to, but I do want to remove that because that is kind of an inconvenience. I apologize. All right, so let's go to, how do I do this again? Create, go live. I'm going to go to manage. Yes, it keeps popping up on mobile. Yeah, that's what I thought. I apologize about that. Let me get rid of that right now. Unpin message. Cool. Thank you, chat. Okay, let's pick up right where we left off. We are here brainstorming. When I'm in this sort of planning mode, if there's anything on my mind during this time, I might be like, okay, well, that's all I feel right now about that one. So let me go back to, that was the other one. Let me go back to email marketing now. I'm going to open the email marketing one. I'm going to go, okay, this is email marketing. I'm just going to, whatever comes to mind. Again, bullet points. This is not the article. These are just, I'm brain dumping what's here. So, email marketing, subject lines, mention how important they are. Tell story about failed campaign from last year. Show screenshots of ConvertKit and make sure to mention affiliate link. So any sort of things that come into my mind, just anything that I think would go, put it in there. Because by the time, maybe 2 weeks go by, and then I'm like, okay, today's my writing day. I'm going to go in, I'm going to start writing about email marketing. So I'm going to go in here and boom, you've already got some help. You're never staring at a blank cursor anymore. You at least already know some stuff that's happening, right? And you already have the place to go and write this. You don't have to worry about setting up a new Google Doc or any of this stuff. I do this once a quarter, right? We get in once a quarter, we plan ahead, we get these docs ready, we have as much information as there is possible. If you have a team, sometimes this happens too. I'll mention to my team and I'll say, hey team, this article right here, any of you have any ideas on things that would be great for this, just add it to the document. I give my team access so they can, sometimes I come in here and I'm about ready to write and I see this giant list of ideas for my team. So again, the whole point of this being, I'm no longer, Tom says, Pat Flynn, the world's most interesting man. Thanks, Tom. So I'm no longer coming in here and like, okay, oh my gosh, where am I even going to start, right? I'm in here and I'm like, boom, okay, email marketing, here are the things I want to chat about. Now, what would be ultimately helpful here would be to have some sort of, and this is what I always do. I always start with the transformation, right? Transformation, purpose, right? What is the purpose and transformation here? I want people to see how to I want people to have higher open rates on their email. That's the purpose of this article. Now that I know that, more ideas are coming out, right? So show open rates, show industry standard open rates. Again, very specific purpose of this email, and now I know what to write about. So show industry standard open rates. Find website with statistics. Statistics. Show a bad example from our email archive and show a good example. Split testing. Again, I'm just brain dumping everything there is about this idea before I'm worried about writing it and structuring it and all this sort of stuff, right? So now that I have the transformation and the purpose, I might bold that. And what's cool is I already have some direction. So I'm just going to close this. I don't need to save or anything like that. I'm going to close this Clubhouse one. I'm going to close this one. And here I am. I'm at my master document again. Now, one thing I do when it comes to writing is I break down my week to do certain things on certain days. Mondays is my writing day. Tuesday is my podcasting day. I try to stack all things podcasting, podcast interviews, being on other people's shows, other people coming on my show, solo shows that I'm recording. I try to batch and process and get as much done as possible in one single day. And what helps me is having stuff like this, because I do this with blog post writing too. And there's a reason why I'm going writing as well, because I have another strategy that might help you even further too, right? Scrap Happy says, switch to my computer so I can make my sheets while Pat teaches me. Cool. Great idea, Scrap Happy. I'm hopeful that this is helpful. Because just setting this up once to start can take away dozens of minutes, if not hours, of your time that otherwise would have been used to create these things versus the thing that you want to do when it's the time to do it, right? Like, I hope this is really helping you understand how just a little bit of planning up front can make things easier for you to organize and get your thoughts in the right place. And again, to take you through the process. It's Monday, my writing day. I know that the next article I want to write is this email marketing one. So I'm going to click here. Boom. Look it. There's already things in here. Perhaps you have an assistant that you can get some help from. Hey, here are the next upcoming articles, whatever research that you can do about these things. Can you just like dump them here at the top? And then when it's time to write, then I'll just kind of just like go down. Again, this is not the blog post. This is just the place to write the blog post. I'll just go down here like this, and then I'll just start writing. So open rates are the number one most important piece of data you can collect. Email marketing can change your business forever. But if no one is opening your emails, it would have been all for nothing. In this blog post, I will share with you 5 tips to help you increase your open rates and get more people to read your emails, engage with your brand, and ultimately make more money too. Example, story, screenshots, etc. Right? So again, hopefully this is helping, because a little bit of planning up front goes a very long way. What's up, Kelsey? Thank you so much for joining Team Flynn Platinum. Yay, that's awesome. I saw a super chat from Bill as well. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you so much. Sup FM says, been following Pat since before the beard. Always massive value. Yeah. That was only that was about a year ago. I started growing the beard exactly 1 year ago. And I've been getting a lot of good comments about it too. Thank you. I had one person yesterday in the comment section of yesterday's live stream said, Pat, great value, but you got to clean up, man. And I was like, is it the beard? I think it's the beard. Maybe it's not the beard. By the way, let me adjust my... I just realized that my camera was not as bokeh effect on a camera as like the blur behind you. I just noticed that it was a little bit... There we go. See how the little blur in the background makes me stand out? I had it at a high aperture, which then allows you to have more focus across more things, more depth of field. And that was because I was shooting some screenshots for some stuff. Or excuse me, from the Pokemon channel. I was shooting some thumbnails. That's what it was. Okay. So where do we go from here? How do we take this to the next level? Okay. Let me help you take it to the next level. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to an app that I have called Rev. Rev, as you'll see, actually I should probably just plug this in, but you should be able to see that. I don't need to plug it in too much. Actually, I will plug it in because that's always a fun thing to do. Let me see how I can do that here on the fly. If I have my cord, there it is. What are you doing down there? Just for fun. Just for fun. I feel like Bob Ross when I like repeat things like that. Happy little trees. Oh, happy little trees. What voice was that? I have no idea. Okay. So phone should be popping up in just a second. And there we go. And if I do this, you should be able to see it. So there's my phone. And let me pop this over here, make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so I'm in an app called Rev now, and this allows me to record my voice. So how do I use this? Well, let's pretend that I am writing this article here, the email marketing article, right? And I have it laid out. So I might script out the intro. So this is the intro here. And I want to script that out. And I want to write it out like I would want it anyway, right? I mean, I don't even need to script it out. Maybe I don't. It doesn't really matter. But I want to know the direction. So I know the roadmap in terms of where I want to go. But I might share typically 3 examples, 5 examples. If I'm doing 5 tips, then I want the 5 tips. But if you're offering a blog post and there's no like 5 tips to this or whatever, often showing 3 different examples is a great way to do it, right? Like a great example, a medium example, and like the best example for the end. So if this email is about open rates, I'll start with a story and after the intro, and then I'll get into some like a case study or actually some case study, and then I'll finish up with another the best example of change. So this is like the biggest transformation. I love sharing transformations because that shows people where they once were, which connects with the people where they're at, and then where they can go, right? So the way I do this is, let's go back here. So I would, as you can see, I've done a lot of these things already. A lot of these were, this was an idea that I had, no mo FOMO, for a book. And that was in 2019. I just had this idea. So I popped up on Rev. I never did anything with it, but no mo FOMO is going to be the name of the book. What do you think of that name? Right. Anyway, so what I'll do here is I'll just hit record. All right. So email marketing can change your business forever, but if no one is opening your emails, it would have been all for nothing. In this blog post, I will share with you 5 tips to help you increase your open rates and get more people to read your emails, engage with your brand, and ultimately make more money too. But first, I need to tell you a story. And this is the part where I'm not scripting. I'm just coming off the top of my head. So I think it was a couple years ago, we ran an email campaign where we actually did a split test. And when we figured out what the titles were going to be, the one that won had 15% more of an open rate. It was like from 25% to 40%. And when you think about that, like imagine 100 people getting an email. That's the difference between 25 people opening that email and 40 people opening that email. Imagine there's an offer or something else there like that. That's going to be a huge difference without sending the email to more people, right? This isn't a conversation about like getting in people's inboxes versus getting in their junk or spam folders, but this is the idea of getting people who see the email amongst the sea of all the other things, because everybody's sending everybody emails these days. It's just so important to be able to stand out. So what do we do? Do we just add emojis? Do we do this? Do we do that? So as you can tell, this is now for you. I'm just talking this through. It's messy. It's not. I know I want to tell that story and have some sort of reason to tell it, which I've been doing, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, because what do I do with this? I hit pause. I save it. And again, I would do the whole thing and just kind of fight my way through it, talk it through. And this would be 128 2021 email marketing. Save. Do not use, okay. 21 2021. Or it was 28, right? Save. Hold on a sec. Somebody's knocking. Okay, sorry. There was a person at the door. I did not forget to take out the trash today or last night, like I did last week where I literally ran out. But there was a UPS man and he was knocking really hard because I think he needed a signature. I never say sig. Why did I say that? Okay, so here I can then transcribe it. So what do I do with that? I then give it to my team. They write the blog post. It's coming from me, but they're doing the work to take those words and then turn it into a blog post. This is sort of like level 2, right? So you could write it yourself. Writing takes a long time. Maybe it's actually easier for you to write than voice something or talk things through. But actually, I found that it's actually saving me so much time. And what's really cool is I'll be on, I'll know what the blog post is supposed to be about. I'll put on my AirPods and I might go on a walk. I might be on a drive. I might just be walking around the house or working in the garden. And as I'm doing those things, I'm recording, again, into Rev so that I can transcribe it and give it to my team. So literally, I can be doing other things around the house while writing my blog posts, right? And that's pretty cool. I always love those moments, says Cynthia. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? It was like a BBC interview where the gentleman in the nice suit was in his room, and then the kid starts crashing in, and then the mom comes and starts to like fumble in the background with the kid, and like the guy's trying to keep a straight face. So funny. It was so funny. And they followed up and they had the family and talked about it later and had a laugh about it. But those are the fun moments, the real life moments that we can all relate to. So there we go. UPS guy, right? Jillian says 131 watching. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you so much for everybody here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Today we're talking about blog posts and a system to create blog posts. So let's run over this again. For those of you who just maybe got in the room, this is the system that I use to help me write blog posts, right? And you all saw me. I just created this in probably 10 minutes, the sort of system that you can use. And then I gave you sort of an advanced tip if you have a team, should you want to like transcribe these things, or you might just be able to just record audio. You don't even need to transcribe it necessarily and give it to somebody else to then write and format and structure into a blog post, right? But it started with this. I created this content calendar. Again, this is very rudimentary, but I didn't want to give something super complicated like we're, I don't know, traveling into hyperspace or anything. I just wanted it simple, right? We're going to stay in the same galaxy here. And so I created this spreadsheet with dates. Again, to make the date format, I selected the whole column, format, number, date. And then when you put the date in there, now you could double click and you can, change the dates here like that. I double clicked, change the date. You have the title. If you don't know the title, just put the topic so that you can come in later and change it around. Working doc. Again, this link is clipped, which I find the most helpful. So I hit the whole, darn it, I'm not sharing my screen again. I'm sorry. So I created this spreadsheet. Again, got the calendar, format, number, date, which allows me to have this clickable thing to change the dates, and the title here. And because I grabbed this little doohickey here, I can scroll up and down and the date, title, working doc stays the same. Let me actually bold that. Title, if you don't know the title, that's totally fine. You can just put the topic. You can change the title later. This is something where I will take a day and I'll go in here and just think about it. If I know what I want to write about, I come in here and go, for example, Clubhouse. Hot or not? No. Is Clubhouse Is Clubhouse the next best thing or fad that will disappear? I might just try a whole bunch of a bunch of things. Is Clubhouse unhealthy? 5 reasons to be careful when using Clubhouse. So you see how that's like a title that could really draw you in. It's like, is it? Well, I never even thought of that. And people have been staying on for Clubhouse for hours, like not getting sleep. That's not good, right? So anyway, Pat, are you using funnels for sales? I am. We'll talk about funnels in another day. Did I just delete something? What did I do there? No. Okay. So if you get the title, great. Now I have the working document where if I click on the column, again, I went to Format, Text Wrapping, and Clip. That allows me to just clip the link. If I extend this, you'll see exactly how long it is, but I don't need to see it that long. Where did I get this link? Well, I set up a new blog post. And I set it up here. If you want to duplicate it again, File, make a copy. The next one will be February 4th, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Okay. And now I'm just going to grab this link. I'm going to delete this because that's from an older one. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to put it back into the calendar here. And boom, now I have the working file. And now let's say, again, this is about, I don't know, let's pick a topic. Live streaming on YouTube. That's the topic. I don't know what the title is, but I'll come in here and I'll click on this to come here. I'll retitle this live streaming on YouTube. Here I am, and I might just start writing some bullet points. What's the transformation? Purpose. I want to show people, various ways to keep people watching the live stream the longest, right? Maybe that's not it. Maybe I'm like, no, that's not a good idea. And again, a lot of this should be based on questions that people are asking. Maybe it's how to repurpose your live stream to get more views later. Cool. Now I'm just going to brainstorm. I'm going to brain dump thumbnails, asking people to share later, encouraging people to share it later. Oh wait, that's literally the same thing I just said. Linking to the live stream from other videos, sharing on social media, and again, just brainstorming, right? And then even right as I create this, just whatever comes to mind, I put it in here. And now, maybe that article is not what I'm going to write this week because next week is for a different article, and the week after that, then I'm going to be writing this one. So then I know, okay, well, I don't need to worry about it now. But imagine 2 weeks from now, you kind of almost forget what's coming. But then you go, okay, now the next one on the list to write is this one. I'm going to click here. Boom. I'm already here without a blank screen. There's already some stuff available for me to kind of work off of, and I can just kind of pick up right where I left off, which is really great. So the second step, or the other step that's in here, is once the blog post is published, for example, I might say yes. I might link to the blog post, smartpassiveincome.com/clubhouse, which is not live right now. I'm just making this up. And what I can do here is then I can take this and I can copy it. And now if I ever am writing about Clubhouse in the future, I can always just go, Command F, Clubhouse. Cool. There's the link. Let me grab the link, and now let me link it in the new article I'm writing about Clubhouse. Or if I'm trying to remember the thing and post it on social media, well, here it is all in one nice spot, right? Over time, you can add things like, traffic after 1 month. That's often an interesting stat, so that you could see, okay, well, which articles are getting the best velocity coming right out of the gate. But again, you don't need to add that. The second step would be to, if I was writing this article here, again, about live streaming on YouTube, what I could do. There's my daughter, by the way. Check that out. Look at that. Free to welcome Kevin to Clubhouse. They just signed up for Clubhouse. Kevin. Awesome. So anyway, hit record. All right, so the purpose of this blog post is to teach people how to repurpose their live streams to get more views. This is important. Why? Because this gets you to have more results coming from one specific thing. It allows you to potentially reach more people. It allows you to grow your live streams for later so that people who see the replay will want to come watch live. Why else is this important? This is important because our time is valuable and we want the work that we do now to be as evergreen as possible. So now my author, writer, my friend, the person I hire, my assistant, my ghostwriter, my team, or somebody, or even me, I'll have this now sort of like coming out of my brain so that when I'm writing or when that person's writing, it is still coming from me and they can take it from there. So when I'm writing blog posts, what's happening is I'm doing this strategy and I will come in and I'll see a Google Doc just like this about a specific topic. I'll already have points made and understanding where I want to go with it. I'll hit record. I'll talk it through. It's not perfect. I mess up a bunch. I say things like, no, like, let's forget that. Let's try this instead. And at the end, I hit pause, save. I transcribe this and send it over to my team. And my team then takes all those mushed up words that I said and turns it into a blog post, literally hands off. So my work writing a blog post is done in chunks, but it's done, number one, by planning ahead of time using these calendars to just help me set up the space where this is going to happen, to have a little bit of a head start on them before I actually have to sit down and write them. And then transcribing them via a voice app or something to give to my team. And so it might take me a total of 10 minutes of literally just talking to write an entire blog post, to have it be published and repurposed. 10 minutes. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. The transcribing thing, it's a little hard. It's a little bit weird and uncomfortable sometimes. But eventually you need to find the thing that works for you. And maybe it's helpful because I've been podcasting for a while and it's been easier for me over time. I was not a good communicator at the start, however. No, it's not iPhone only. Again, I'm just showing you the tools that we use. You can use whatever tools you want. You don't even have to use Google Docs. Maybe it's an Excel spreadsheet or something, but Google Docs is nice because then your team can get in there. Like I recommend to my team to come in here and go, hey, check out the titles or the topics. I mean, actually it should be topics, titles, topics or titles. And I tell my team, hey guys, I just added a whole bunch of new blog post titles. If there are any in there that you're interested in kind of like helping out with research and going in, like just click into any of them. Again, these docs are made ahead of time. And just insert whatever at the top that might be interesting or you feel would be really helpful. Any questions that you have about it, pop it in there too. So that by the time it's time for me to write, I'll be like, okay, Superfans promotion, cool. Let's click here. And there will already be stuff in there, right? If I did this ahead of time. Yeah, Google Doc helps change to be online updated. Yes. Cool. So there you go. That's the process. Chat, what do you think about that? What was the most helpful part about this? Do you feel like you might actually implement something like this into your brand too? Does this only work for blog posts? No. It could also work for social media. It could also work for podcasts. It could also work for your videos. In fact, there's no reason why it needs to be just blog posts to be able to use this strategy. It could literally be anything. Now, if you are going to do a video or a podcast, this is your opportunity to not create the blog post for it, but this might be a place for you to create an outline for the show and to script out what it is that your hook is going to be at the beginning, or the research about the guests that you're going to have on could be inserted here as well. So what do you think? AM Studio says, Pat, please tell me a free, quick way to promote products quickly. Create a YouTube video about it. Make it keyword friendly. Show people how easy and simple it is to do whatever it is that you're showing or how to use that product. And you might get some people to find it. I dig it, Pat. I always enjoy seeing how people work. You're welcome. Please. Okay, I already said that already. Francis, the most helpful part is learning to make things easier. Yes. Bill says, Pat, I've used Google Docs for giveaways with free, no obligation. Nice. Nilufer says, I really liked this organization thing. Kelsey says, I've implemented something similar with Airtable and seeing you use it is proof of concept for me. Yeah, Airtable's great too. A lot of people are afraid of high-end softwares like that, but that is a really, really powerful tool if you know how to use it, Kelsey. I was worried I was overthinking or going in the wrong direction. EJ, the most helpful, I believe, was how you started the topic of the blog, jotting down your ideas and points first, then recording. Cool. Nice. I made these kinds of lists, but end up with several of them everywhere. This is a great idea. Yeah. So here's the next step, right? Thank you. Who said that? Was that EJ? Or no, that was Mr. Sir. And who else here? Stephanie. I was looking at a content system yesterday that's a spreadsheet with multiple tabs that lets you put in emails on one tab, blog on another, social on another, really set up well. Yeah, I mean, we could do that here, right? So this sheet, I remember that time. Rename blog content, or just blog, right? Plus rename podcast. Plus rename YouTube videos. You could literally just do the same thing, right? And then you can just kind of copy this whole thing. So how did I do that? If you want to copy everything, I just clicked up here in the upper left-hand corner, copied, then I pasted it there, then I pasted this here, and then of course I can just like get rid of all these things just because I know they're there already. And this is for a different thing. The other thing that I'll show you that's been really neat lately that I've been using is, let's say, for example, I want to just a drop-down menu here for published, yes or no. So what I'll do is I'll right-click this, and I'll go to Conditional Formatting. And then I'm going to, no, that's not it. That's for something else. Okay, let's see if I can remember this. There should be something that says, oh, there it is, Data Validation. Then I'm going to go Criteria, List of Items, yes, comma, no. Save. So now, when I click on this, yes or no. Yes or no. Let me do that one more time in case you missed that. So let's see if I could zoom in for you. Okay. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go all the way down to Data Validation, which is right there behind me. Data Validation. I'm going to click List of Items under Criteria. You are the best audience. Thank you. Income stream. Save. Boom. Now these are all options, right? No, you are, actually, yes, you are. Anyway, that's that. Now I could also condition this. For example, let me get rid of this one. If yes, I can do green, and maybe red will be no. How do I do that? I can right click on this again, and I can go to Conditional Formatting, add another rule. Format Sales, text contains value no. Change the color to red. Done. Done. I think that worked. That did not work. Okay, let me zoom out because I'm not seeing everything. Anyway, we're doing some stuff that really doesn't matter right now. Conditional formatting. Text contains, actually I want the background to be red. There we go. Do you see that? Boom. Done. Add another rule. If text contains yes, make it green. Done. So now it's no, yes, no. So then now it's a little bit easier for me to see whether or not I can actually, they're all no's, right? And so what I would do is I would just kind of drag down here and go no. How did I do that? So look at this little dot right here. See that dot? Right to the bottom right of that, of no here. I'm just going to drag and drop that all the way down, and that just copies the cell all the way down. So now when I hit yes, boom, that blog post is done. And now I can kind of understand where I got left off. So anyway, yes, I'm going down the rabbit hole. There we go. So chat, thank you. Do you have any questions about the workflow? And again, if you want to check out the how-to in terms of how I made this super easy to do, this way, if I'm ready to start writing something, I can just click into something that's already there and I can start writing. I already have some stuff available for me, whether I put that in there ahead of time or my team did too. I can just drag and drop anything that will help me there. And then I can write right into Google Docs, and then I can copy and paste that and move it somewhere else. Woo, hey Pat, how much money are you making a month? Currently we are overall, I mean, mind you, I have several different businesses, affiliate marketing, and don't worry, I know a lot of you are like, why would you ask that question? I used to share it every single month, in fact, for 9 years until we stopped because it got too big. And I don't say that to be like, we're making a ton of money. I mean, we're spending a lot of money too on team and investing it back into the business to better help you. But the reason why I stopped sharing it on the on my income reports is because it got so big that people were like, "Oh, you've outgrown me, Pat. You're not at the level I'm at anymore, and I don't believe that you can help me." And the truth is, I can still help you. And the dollars were now working against me versus before it was like inspirational. Now it's like demotivational. But I'll tell you that we're ranging anywhere between $200,000 to $300,000 a month at this point across the board. That's a lot of different things happening. But across all my businesses, that's kind of where we're at right now, which is pretty amazing. Now, again, we don't keep all of that. Much of it goes to taxes, but much of it also goes to the team and to payroll and to paying for their health and stuff. Like there's so much that we're spending, but only because we're trying to grow and reinvest into the team, into the business as well. Cool. This is so cool. Thank you. You're welcome. Wow. Okay. So yeah, the topic is awesome. Came in late today, but batching is the bomb. Love the systems training. You're welcome. So tomorrow we're gonna keep the theme going. I'm gonna show you another thing that we're doing behind the scenes, and tomorrow it might be related to video because yesterday we talked about podcasting and how to produce that and how I use spreadsheets like this. Today we talked about blog post writing and setting up a tool, a spreadsheet. Again, the spreadsheet here to help you understand where all the things are connected. Tomorrow we're gonna do video. And I might do a little behind the scenes shooting a new video, and you'll get to see that. We've done that before, and it's always been really great. By the way, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to find out right now. The last time we did this, we created a video live that I titled the income stream, Planning Our Next 100,000 View Video. Right? Do y'all remember that? I'm going to scroll into the content area now. That video this morning just hit 100,000. We did it. 100,000 views in this video, just like we set out to. That is incredible. Chat. We did it. We did it. Thank you so, so much for the support. And we did it. Remember, I said we're going to do our next 100,000 view video. And then here it is. We did it. So we're going to do it again. We're going to create another video tomorrow that, and again, we're not going to create it. When I did it here, I went through the brainstorming process, how we created a hook and all that stuff, and it did really, really well. And so I'm really excited about the performance of this. And again, it started out really slow. Look at that. It's like, wah, 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 and then, and then we'll see how far it goes. This could be a 1 million view video. Who knows? But so far, we're not seeing any stoppage there too. Also, really cool. Check this out. All the things that
Hey, what's up? It's Pat here, and in this video, I want to share with you my top 5 easiest.
Whoa. Somehow I clicked play on that. My bad. There's also one other thing I want to share with you that's been really cool. So many of you know that I have a new Pokemon YouTube channel, right? A new Pokemon YouTube channel, Deep Pocket Monster. We just passed 2,000 subscribers yesterday, and we're already at 2,003. This is growing faster than my SPI channel right now, which is insane. The video that we published 4 days ago, 15,000 views. Guess why? We're spending a lot of time on the thumbnail. We're spending a lot of time hooking people in. We're spending a lot of time on the thumbnail, honestly. And I know people come here and they see the videos and they're fun and they're high quality, but honestly, we're spending more time on the thumbnail and title. I mean, look at this. Rare Pokemon cards you will never find in a pack. It's like, I have to know what that is, right? Trash opening a $700 PSA Pokemon mystery box, right? This mistake is costing Pokemon collectors. And, you know, all the stuff I teach you here, I'm implementing here, and I'm going to keep passing back and forth to show you some of the fun things we're experimenting with as well. By the way, when you reach 1,000 subscribers, you get access to the community tab, and I'm doing a giveaway now, which is really cool. So if you happen to know any friends or kids who want to potentially win some cards, I'm giving away these cards here for free. These were ones that I pulled out of the mystery box that I did a video about. And look at this, 196 comments, people sharing their preferences. I'm going to pick them at random using a random number generator. Dude, we're having some fun. I'm enjoying life. I hope you're enjoying it too. I'm here to pass on all those good vibes to you and all the strategies and tips and all these things because we can do this together. And I'm really excited because I'm going to go and check and comment on a lot of that stuff and we'll see what happens. What are shorts, says CV. CV, shorts are YouTube's version of TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's come out in India where through your YouTube phone, you can actually create a TikTok style video and they're pushing them out like crazy right now. Us in the US, we have to put hashtag shorts in the title, hashtag shorts in the description. The video has to be less than 60 seconds. It has to be, and it's a short video and it just goes up in your regular feed and it can take weeks for it to then end up in the shorts shelf, as they call it. But once it's there, I mean, it's going to get sent to tens of thousands of people. However, it's not guaranteed. So we're experimenting with that because a lot of our Pokemon stuff could lend itself to some really cool, high quality short videos. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, again, it's not even an app. It's built within YouTube. It's called Shorts, YouTube Shorts. So more of that later. But hey, Team Flynn, you're amazing. Thank you so much for today. I appreciate you. What a great day. We did it and look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow we're starting early, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. Again, one more time. Actually, just let me verify that really quick. No. We're starting at the same time as today. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. There it is. There we go. Pass it on. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. Let's do this. Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Hey, y'all. Thanks again for today. I appreciate you. You're the best. I have the best audience in the world. You've been here for 317 days. You are insane. We're all insane. That's why this is a cool community, because we could be weird together. So thank you for being weird with me. I appreciate you. Take care, and you can go watch that Deep Pocket Monster video if you'd like now. That just came out about an hour ago. Thanks so much. Take care. All the best.
Bruh.